Hello, welcome to this new installment of the Wrestling Analyst. Today I'm going to talk about the situation with the Women's World Championship in WWE since Naomi relinquished the title. So here we go. So last Monday, Naomi had to relinquish the title because uh, she announced that herself and Jimmy Uso are waiting for a little oos, a little oos. So unfortunately or fortunately, whatever your opinion may be, I say it's unfortunately because I was very interested in on where it was going, that title rating was going. But apparently, Big Jim likes to Netflix and chill, and he had other plans. So, what are now the options to name a new champion? Well, right now I see that there's always the classic battle royal tournament, a fatal whatever, or triple threat, or to establish a new champion very quickly. Or you can do that, scrap everything that was on the table, and start anew with a big angle, a big tournament, or whatever. So I'm exploring a couple of options here. First of all, uh, the most simple way to deal with this, I think, would be to have a triple threat at Clash in Paris involving Stephanie Vaquer, which since she won that title shot at Clash in Paris in that 20 women battle royal at Evolution, uh, she should be in that match because of that. The other two participants would be the last two champions before Naomi, namely Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Now, Rhea Ripley, because she is a freaking superstar, and she's always into, she will always be in the title picture no matter what. Uh, I think Rhea should be going to SmackDown in the next draft, where whenever it will be, but and maybe she won't win a title before then. I don't know. Uh, but you can never rule out Rhea Ripley winning a title. The other one is Io Sky. I just love when she does that because she's probably the best wrestler in WWE right now. Uh, arguably, but she's one of the top over there. That's for sure. Now, in this match, I would have Io winning the title and Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, can still chase after the title. Now, the thing that would could be interesting in this in Io winning is that Rhea will still try to get the title somehow, even though she has a big angle of respect with Io. Stephanie Vaquer can chase after the title as well, but don't forget, there's always that storyline going on with Asuka, Io, Rhea, Kyrie. Then that Asuka is turning heel right now, and she might challenge Io for the title. Now that would be freaking interesting to see Io Sky and Asuka in a match one on one. I think that would be a pretty amazing. So triple threat, I have Io winning that. If they want, that's if they want to settle things at Clash in Paris. It gives them two Raw, uh, no, only one Raw to build that match for Clash at Paris. Maybe the other thing I would do, uh, all know how WWE sometimes love to have tournaments. So I'd have a 13 woman tournament with a final at the new show that they announced, WrestlePalooza. Okay, sorry. So I would have the participants would be Stephanie Vaquer, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. All three would get a first round bye. Vaquer because she had a title shot at Clash in Paris, which would be canceled which would be canceled right now, and that would be changed for have a first round bye in that tournament and have the option to challenge the champion that would be crowned if it's not her. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley being the last two champions before Naomi would get the first round bye as well. Other participants would be Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, Bailey, Kairi Sane, Roxanne Perez, Natalia or Natty, Ivy Nile, Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, and Nikki Bella. Now, first round will have 5 matches, and here's how I would book that. I would have Asuka versus Bailey, with Asuka winning, sending Bailey even more over the edge in her transformation and hearing voices, the voice of the hugger, the voice of the heel Bailey arguing and everything. What they're developing right now, that would just put some more emphasis on that storyline for Bailey, and Asuka beating her would serve that purpose uh, once again. Other match I would have Roxanne Perez versus Natalia, with Roxanne winning, and would face Io Sky in round number two. Notice I didn't have an opponent for Asuka yet in round two. Next match would be Kairi Sane versus Ivy Nile, and I would have Kairi winning to face Stephanie Vaquer in round two. I would have Nikki Bella facing Lyra Valkyria. Now, Lyra would win in that match. Let's say in that match, Becky comes out. Lyra thinks that she's going to attack her, but Becky has no reason to attack Lyra. She will attack, um, she would attack Lyra to get Nikki disqualified, just to screw Becky out of a world title match. And then we would have Becky Lynch versus Raquel Rodriguez, and Raquel would win the match because Nikki Bella would come and hit Raquel Rodriguez in retaliation of Becky screwing her out of the title opportunity. And Raquel would face Rhea Ripley in round two. So that would leave a match with Asuka and Lyra Valkyria for round two, which I think could be an amazing match. Now, round two would have Rhea versus Raquel, with Rhea winning to advance in the semifinals. I would have Stephanie Vaquer versus Kairi Sane, like I said, with Stephanie Vaquer winning. I would have Asuka and Lyra Valkyria to win. Uh, I would have Asuka versus Lyra, with Asuka winning to advance, and Roxanne Perez versus Io Sky, with Io advancing. So that would set up semifinals with Rhea Ripley versus Asuka, and Rhea winning. And I would have Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, with Io winning, setting up a final between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky to revisit the match at Evolution. And I would put that as the main event of WrestlePalooza. With a proper build up, an even better build up than the match for Evolution, that could easily main event WrestlePalooza. And in that match, I would have Rhea finally beating Io Sky in a one-on-one match and winning the title. That would add even more prestige to the Women's World Championship. Uh, Having Rhea beat three opponents in that tournament, beating Asuka, beating Raquel Rodriguez, and finally beating Io Sky for the title. And then that could set up, since we didn't have Stephanie Vaquer versus Rhea Ripley in the tournament, that would set up a match in the future for Rhea Ripley versus Stephanie Vaquer. Now, you could still have Io Sky uh, trying to get the title from Rhea. You can have Stephanie Vaquer challenging. You can have heel Asuka going after Rhea Ripley. You, but you'd have to have something big to take the title off Rhea Ripley. After that, maybe a screw job or something. Um, but we're not there yet. Other options is just have a battle, like I said, 20 women battle royal. If you want to have a 16 people um, tournament instead of 13, you can always add three women from NXT to lose in the first round against Vaquer, Sky, and Ripley. But basically, I would keep the tournament with um, the Raw women superstars. So that's how I would do. That's how I would settle the women's world championship situation on Raw right now. Myself, I would go more with the tournament option, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna go with either uh, a one-on-one match on Raw to determine who's going to face Stephanie Vaquer at the Clash in Paris. Is it going to be a match between Io and Rhea to determine who's going to go? And somehow there's a screw up in the match, and we're going to end up with a triple threat in Clash in Paris? That's probably what's going to happen. So anyway, leave leave your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Uh, if you have any question, if you want me to talk about any subject, just write an email to me. It's going to be my pleasure. And Sierra,